This week we're going to discuss UV in the Samba's A to Z. What is UV and why is it important for Samba? Deer see in ultraviolet colourways, blues, yellows, mixed with otherwise greyscale landscapes of sorts, perhaps, I'm only guessing. Errol Mason unearthed this fact while studying extensively prior to his Secrets to the Samba trilogy. We can use international deer studies and give us some idea of maybe what the deer are seeing. Here's some examples. What does this mean? It basically means that the deer are seeing in yellow, little bit green and blue really heavily, and it's possibly mixed with a greyscale landscape, so black and whitish but more grey. There is products available to eliminate the UV from clothing. This avoids standing out. Typically when clothes are washed in a normal laundry detergent, it is a UV enhancer. So theoretically these deer should be able to pick that up a lot easier in the bush landscape than if you were in camo that was washed in sports wash or some kind of spray that eliminated the UV highlights. Brian Murphy once said, "The deer are essentially red-green colourblind." So take that as you will. I have hunted with blue gear, particularly the Blaze Blue from Stony Creek, during the 2018 winter. Whilst I was able to take a beautiful stag, his undoing was that he was bedded facing away from me, so we didn't actually get to see little blue maggot walking up the hill. However, what I have noticed is that the native animals definitely pick up on anything blaze in regards to blaze orange and the blaze blue particularly. Being that the native animals do pick up on the orange and blue a lot more, it makes stalking the Samba quite more difficult, as there's not only now two sets of eyes on you, you have the whole natives staring at you and quite often spooking from this bright blue or fairly obvious orange hat to them. The Blaze Blue came about after extensive testing by Stony Creek in New Zealand to see which colour was actually the most stand outish in the forest. After going through several colours, they ended up with pink being highly visible in an otherwise green landscape, and that blue stood out like no other because there was simply nothing natural in the bush that was blue. It had very little to do with what the deer can and can't see. It was all about human awareness and being seen, which was typical to New Zealand bush hunting. The same can almost be said with Victorian hunting, particularly say hound hunting or driven hunts or just in tight bush in general. Some people have no idea but have a fair bit of the gear, and that can lead to disaster. So the story there is to identify your target beyond all doubt and know exactly where that bullet's going to end up if you happen to miss said deer. Anyway, that's the A to Z, the UV. I'm out of here. Hooroo.